Hello everyone, and welcome to the Minecraft 120 Let's Play. We're here in front of our villager breeder that we made last episode. Let's check on them. Oh, it looks like they've been busy. Looks like a few even escaped too. But it's working pretty well. We do have a lot planned today, so let's get right into it. First, we need to start getting a consistent form of XP. In order to do that, I need to go do some caving to find one. Once we find one, we'll get it dug out and turn it into a farm. So let's go see what we can find. So as I was caving, I came across this skelly spawner right here. Now I just have to dig out the area around it. And just because I'm a little crazy, I have to dig out the walls and then replace them with something nice looking. So the inside is going to be all deep slate bricks. So as I was digging out here, I came across some more caves that aren't quite lit up. So let's hurry and get that done, because if there are any caves in the area that aren't lit up properly, the spawner won't work well, because that will leave other places to spawn mobs. So let's go do some more lighting up. Oh look, an Enderman. Let's see if we can steal your pearl. Oh, no pearl. So I got a little distracted while lighting up caves, and I came back with all of this. I think I need to come back and keep working on the skeleton farm because I didn't get too much done. So let's get back to it. Now that we've got the spawner all dug out and the walls covered, it's time to start making a way to take them out of here. In order to get the skellies out, I want to create a water funnel into the center of the room. All you have to do is put a bucket of water in each corner. Since I only have 2 buckets of water, I want to make a water source down here, so I don't have to keep running up to the surface to get some. Now, as you can see, we have a little hole right here in the center, and this is where all of the skeletons will be pushed down to. See? Now that that's done, we want to create a funnel going down so that they can't escape out of this farm. Now it's time to create a water pathway to carry the skeletons to the bubble elevator. This elevator will push them up, carry them over a few more blocks, and then drop them down onto a hopper and chest. So we want to make this path 9 blocks long. That gives us 8 for the water and 1 block for the soul sand to make the bubble elevator. And now that the path is marked out, I want to go back and fill in the walls. There will be no escaping skeletons on my watch. You also need this because if there's any light leaking into the farm, the light will prevent it from working. Remember, you need a light level of 0 for anything to spawn. Now I need to dig up the 24 blocks, so there's an elevator that pushes them up. You need to push them up so you can drop them down again. The reason you drop them is so that when they hit the ground, it will only take 1 hit to kill them. Unless they happen to be wearing feather falling boots, and then it'll take a few more hits. But let's face it, how many of them will have those boots? Plus, they'll still be blocked in so they can't detect you, and you'll still be able to just slash away at them. I'll be surrounding the elevator up, the path to push them across, and the drop down with the deep slate bricks. I like to make sure the farm is surrounded with a block that is not naturally found underground. That way, if I come across something while mining, I'll know not to dig at the area. This way I can't break anything. Okay, so I've got the basic structure of the farm done. As you can see, this is the hole where the skellies will come into. They'll float down through here. Right here is where they will take the bubble elevator up. We'll have a water path that goes to here, and then they'll drop into there, where it's then sealed off with just a little spot for us to kill them with. So what I want to start with is placing a bucket of water right here. As you can see, this takes it all the way to the edge so that they'll just be able to fall right off. We'll take out the torch because we don't really need it there. And now we're going to go down the scaffolding so we can make the water column. So as you can see, it's flowing right there. The water's back flowing into here. So we need to place a sign here. And here. And that will prevent it from going back into there. Once I get Silk Touch, we can change this out for an ice block. And that will stop the skellies from getting caught up right here. But as of right now, they'll kind of stay here and then get pushed out as more coming through. So we're going to place a soul sand block right there and fill this up with kelp all the way so we can create the bubble column. As you can see, I added some tinted glass here. That way we can see if there's any issues happening with the farm right here as they're going up, but it won't allow any light to leak in. I've also got some right here, which will allow us to see what's going on there too. Now we just have to set up the collection system. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to place a chest to the side. Have the hopper go into the side there. I'm going to open up one glass there. Finish closing that up. And we'll add a half slab right there. That way when they fall down, we can just slice at them and kill them. Okay, so all I have to do is get that torch off of the spawner and get out of here and seal this up without any skellies hurting me. Ah! Well, I didn't do it without getting hurt, but it's at least done. Now we just have to wait for them to start building up. Ooh, look at them all go. That's working pretty well. Oh, looks like they're falling down pretty good here too. And there we go. We've got a one-hit kill. Oh, looks like I've got a little souvenir here in my head. But the farm is all done, as you can tell. And now we have an unlimited supply of XP, plus all the bones and arrows and bows that we could use too. So now we can get a really good enchanted bow. Now that that's done, I think I'll do some AFKing here, get some levels, and combine some bows so we can get something good. Okay, so I've spent some time AFKing here, and I've managed to get a pretty decent bow. We've got Unbreaking 3, Infinity, Flame, and Power 4 on it. I think that's going to help protect us a lot from now on. I never really use the bow until I can get Infinity on it, because I can never seem to get enough arrows. Now that I have it, we can put it to a lot of good use. Now that that's done, I think it's time to go and plan our next build. So I'm here by the villager breeder. This is the area that I'm going to be building the sugarcane and bamboo farm in. I just need to go and gather all of the things that I need to build it with. So let's go get collecting. Okay, now that everything is collected, it's time to start the build. This is going to be a double farm with one side farming sugarcane and the other side farming bamboo. The building is going to be a greenhouse type build that is merged into a tree. The tree will curve up and around the build, and some large fantasy flowers will grow around this farm as well. So let's get going by laying out the footprint of the building so I know what space I'm working in. First thing to do is to put the collection system in for underneath the farm. This will have two tracks, one for each side that will send a minecart with a hopper in it underneath the grass to gather the resources. Each side will come out of the ground and come over here where there will be two collection systems, one for the sugarcane and one for the bamboo. You'll want to make sure that the tracks are one block below the layer that the plants are growing on. Otherwise, the carts will not pick up the items. So let's get the rails in. You'll want to make sure that there is a full block at the end of the track. Otherwise, the cart will not bounce back and return to the hopper system. I'll add in powered rails every so often so that the cart won't lose momentum. And now that I've got the tracks covering the underneath of the farming area, we're going to start on building the farm itself. I've got the farm divided in half now. I've left a row empty on one of the sides, so that will hold the water you need for the sugarcane. If you want to do all sugarcane, you want to make sure both sides have water, but the bamboo doesn't need water, so don't worry about it on that side. I'll add in some stone blocks down the center just to divide it, and so the water doesn't run all over. Then it's time to make the water trench, so I'll fill up the empty part with the water. You then want to go through and put a row of blocks here. This is what the pistons will sit on. If the pistons are not raised by one, then they'll just knock the sugarcane off and nothing will ever grow. Then you'll plant the sugarcane on one side and the bamboo on another. The pistons will then be placed on the dark oak facing out to the sugarcane. And whatever I do on this side, you'll want to make sure to do on the other. These are just identical copies of each other. Then I'll fill in between them with blocks. This will give the redstone something to sit on after those blocks are in. You'll want to place observers facing out. These will detect when something grows in front of it, and that will send a pulse to the redstone to activate the pistons. Now it's time to surround the farm with glass. This will force the drops to stay on the block so that the minecart can pick them up. Now it's time to connect the tracks into their collection system. Each item will have its own section. I'll be using double chests and we'll have 9 for each item. You'll then come to the back and place hoppers going into each chest. I'll then make sure that there is a solid block after the last hopper. Again, this will give the cart something to bounce back off of so that it continues to move. I'll then build blocks down to put the rails on and connect the rails all the way. Lastly, you just want to place a minecart with a hopper on each section and the farm is fully up and working. Now it's time to start making it beautiful. So this is the side that is going to have the tree curving up. The branches will be covered with cherry blossom leaves and flowers and vines will be decorating it. The other side will look like a greenhouse. I'll start by adding dark oak logs on the sides and across the top. Then some shroom lights to make the interior glow. I'll add some exposed copper blocks on the top and bottom in sections, and then I'll add 2 lightning rods and a crimson fence in between them. On each side of the copper block, I'll add a warp trapdoor. Now I just have to add the roof. Okay, so now that I've got that part of the farm done, it's time to now start the tree. As you can see though, the farm's a little close to the path, so the tree's going to cover a lot of that. I will have to go through some time and move that path, but for now I'm just going to build over it. But I want to get started doing the time lapse of the tree, so let's go! So, a couple hours and a few deaths later, I've now got all of the leaves on the tree. With that done, it's now time to start adding some vines and fantasy flowers around it. So let's get into that. Now the flowers are all done. I think they turned out so cute. The last thing that I need to do now is finish off the inside. We're going to fill it in and continue this greenhouse type effect, but let's get into building the rest of it. So I'm going to add the walls in here, and they're going to be a mix of purple terracotta and magenta terracotta. We'll add a window in here. And just finish off the roof right here. And then right above the doorway, I want to do some stripped oak logs to add a little bit of brightness in there. Oh, I do like that. It's so cute. Maybe I should add a window in there, though. Oh, I do love that. I think it looks so adorable. Now I just have this last little bit of the roof to go and to do the interior. And then we'll be done. And now with the exterior all done, All I have to do is do a few more details on the interior. You guys, I think this farm turned out so cute. It was such a long build, but it was so worth it with how it turned out in the end. I hope you guys all enjoyed this build as well. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe as well. And I can't wait to see you guys all next time. Bye!